Joel Kinnaman, the smiling python, the killing pilot, beyond TV. Qyltora, most predators bare their teeth. Stephen Holder shows you a smile. That is what makes him dangerous. When Holder first appears in The Killing, he looks less like a homicide detective and more like the guy security would ask to leave the parking lot. His hair is a mess. His energy feels uncontrolled. Sarah Linden takes one look at him and mentally throws him into the idiot pile. Her boss isn't much better. The department treats him like a substitute teacher, walking into a classroom that misses the real teacher. Everybody sees a joke. Nobody sees the snake. The department is in mourning. Holder walks into a funeral. The problem is nobody died. Sarah Linden is leaving. The boss doesn't want her to go. Then Holder arrives, carrying a box of personal belongings, like a replacement husband, showing up before the divorce papers are signed. Nobody is celebrating his arrival. Nobody is excited. He isn't entering a workplace. He's entering a shrine. Every employee who has ever replaced a beloved veteran knows this feeling. The previous employee becomes a saint. The replacement becomes a suspect. The man everybody keeps getting wrong. Holder understands something most people never learn. People don't see reality. They see packaging. The moment people think they have figured you out, they stop paying attention. That is where Holder lives. People see the clown. Holder sees the opening. People underestimate him. Holder collects information. Every wrong assumption becomes another weapon in his pocket. The detective who hunts human behavior. Most detectives study blood. Holder studies breathing. Most detectives examine evidence. Holder examines reactions. The car ride with Sarah exposes this immediately. Holder starts talking about his background. Undercover, vice, narcotics. Then Sarah finally reacts. You? One word. One tiny little word. A verbal knife wrapped in a smile. The translation is brutal. You don't look smart enough. You don't look like a real detective. Holder hears every hidden meaning. Because unlike most people, he listens to what people are trying not to say. The human lie detector. This is Holder's superpower. Not observation, not interrogation, not intimidation. Translation. He translates human behavior. A look becomes a confession. A compliment becomes an insult. Sarah thinks she is hiding her opinion. Holder reads it like a billboard. Years in narcotics taught him that words are often the least truthful thing coming out of a person's mouth. At least you got a bad guy. Then comes one of the deepest lines in the entire pilot. At least you got a bad guy. The statement sounds simple. It isn't. It is the exhausted confession of a man who spent years fighting a monster with no face. Homicide detectives chase killers. Narcotics detectives chase consequences. A killer can be arrested. Addiction cannot. The war never ends because the battlefield keeps regenerating. Holder understands the darkest truth about narcotics. The drugs aren't the crime scene. The addict is the moment he guts Sarah Linden. Then Holder does something nobody expects. He attacks, not physically, psychologically. Is that why you're running away, Linden? 'Cause you don't know anymore. The car instantly changes. The conversation dies. Sarah goes silent. The woman who spent the entire ride judging Holder suddenly finds herself sitting in the witness chair. This is the first time the smiling python strikes. The monster hiding inside the clown. That is the genius of Stephen Holder. The clown is real. The humor is real. But those things are camouflage. The real Holder is far more dangerous. He is a professional student of human weakness. He sees insecurity. He sees loneliness. And once he finds it, he knows exactly where to push.